Hey, what's up, everybody? Today is the day we were waiting for. We have been talking about Walmart, or I've been talking about Walmart, and that's the play I'm looking at for the next big run for me. Um, I'm batting 1,000 right now with SOFI and Disney, so hopefully this works out too. Do your own research. This is what I'm doing. All right. So this video is for me to give you the information that I've gathered that has me thinking that Walmart is going to rally or pull an all-time high. I'm going to suspect it's going to run up to about 199, but we will see. Okay, so here's why. Q4 of 2023, Walmart exceeded expectations by hitting EPS of 1.71, $1.71, right? Where the analysts had the expectation of 163. Okay, so crushed it, absolutely crushed it. But what tripped me up is when I found out that analysts lowered the estimates or their estimates, and that happens all the time, right? That fluctuates, but what killed me was when by how much they lowered it. Okay, so how do we go from 1.63 down to what is it now? 1.32. 1.32 is what they're expecting Walmart to do for Q1 of 2024. I think Walmart's going to absolutely crush that number. They're thinking it's going to be 1.32 at $141.4 billion in revenue. Walmart's going to blow it out the water, in my opinion. Now, looking at the data, like so CPI or the consumer spending, consumer spending had gone up by 6.7% in Q4 of 2023. Okay. Which that going into 2024, we're still trending for a higher amount of spending by consumers, although they're expecting that number has slowed, but it's still climbing. So despite the economic environment, despite the fact that there's no money out there, despite that food prices are still high, despite that they're gouging us on food by giving us a package that says it's 12 ounces worth of meat or whatever, when it actually turns out to be 7 ounces of meat. They're getting away with murder out here, but we're still paying for it all right? So that's just what it is. We're not slowing down our spending, okay? So that's one thing, okay? In Q4, they also grew their advertising business by 30%, which they reached about $2.7 billion. Okay, and their biggest opportunities for Walmart I have is an online presence for e-commerce, so they can compete against Amazon, which has been the story since Amazon came into existence, right? And then also expansion into markets like India and Africa, which that could be good operations for future growth. So what's important to me is the guidance of Walmart. But not only that, the main thing that I'm looking for, one, I think revenue and EPS is going to get just destroyed, exceed expectations, not worried about that. But guidance is important, all right? And the other element that I'm thinking about here is their Walmart Plus, the Walmart Plus subscription service that they introduced in spring of 2020, okay? Spring of 2020 till the end of that year, so December of 2020, right? They grew that by 32 million customers. It's either, 32 million customers, okay? So in like half a year, essentially, that's where they were, right? So from there, they also, the last time they had reported growth was in 2021, which they said that they grew up to $40 million. But since then, since 2021, they've used words such as significant and consistent in double digits. And what else did they use? Exceed. All those words they've used to describe the growth of Walmart Plus, but they've not given us physical numbers. They've kept that close to the chest. It's kind of like pulling a page from Microsoft's book with the Xbox Game Pass. where they are saying that it's growing, but no one really knows by how much. So the analysts, the only thing they have to go off of is the KPI, right? So, what's the consumer's sentiment on the product, right? How are they being reviewed? And then, what's the retention rate, right? They don't know that either because they don't have the numbers, the analysts. However, Walmart is reporting that KPI is great, which that's data that we all have. And then also that retention is outstanding. So whatever, right? All that's looking great. Now, what I am looking for. So before I go for Walmart Plus, what is it? Because I didn't even know what it is until I started looking at it. I knew there was some subscription service that probably did like free delivery or something like that, but it's a pretty big deal. And if I was in the city, I probably would subscribe myself. But Walmart Plus subscription service is $12.95 a month, okay, or $98 a year. All right, so that's cheaper than Amazon. I think Amazon right now is like 140 or 130. I can't remember. It keeps going up. The perks for Walmart Plus, we have free delivery on groceries, okay? We have free shipping, okay? They have a gas perk of like 5 cents on gas, right? They have scan and go on to skip checkout, and which is awesome. That's a good way to compete against the Amazon stores that they have in the bigger cities, where you can just walk in, get what you need, and walk out, and everything's kind of tracked on your phone. It's the same thing with the scan and go. You're walking around the Walmart, you scan an item, you're paying for it on your phone automatically. You just leave, right? And that's dope. All right. So I didn't know that. Again, I hate being in Walmart. I want to get in and out. But they do a good job with the new pickup system that they have that's available to everybody. So, but anyway, on top of that, you get Paramount Plus, right? I'm a subscriber of Paramount Plus, but that's $6 a month. So, and that's half of what the subscription is for Walmart. So, well, Walmart Plus. So if you're a Paramount Plus member, then for $6 more, you can be a Walmart Plus member and a Paramount Plus member. Why wouldn't you, right? Good content on Paramount Plus. I have kids, so they love Paw Patrol and all the other stuff. So we can't get rid of Paramount Plus, right? So on top of that, they have something called like free returns from home. So if you have an item or whatever that you bought from Walmart, they will come and pick it up from your doorstep and then do the return that way, instead of you having to go to UPS and drop it off, like for like an Amazon purchase or something like that. Package it, box it, whatever. Walmart just comes and picks it up from your doorstep with that subscription. So that's pretty dope. Okay. So that's pretty much the big one for me. I suspect that EPS is going to get crushed. Walmart's going to crush EPS. And then I'm hoping that Walmart finally gives a concrete, like a hard number as far as how many subscribers that they've gained, retained, and then what the trajectory is for that program, or what more they're going to introduce to it, and just overall future guidance, because it's all about growth. Like Walmart being so big, is really hard for them to kind of scale much more than what they already are. So how do you scale something so big, right? From a percentage basis, it's e-commerce, and it's having a presence in other countries, right? So it's growing in that fashion, and then the subscription service type deal, which seems like they're just crushing it. Okay, so I'm expecting those things coming out of this earnings, and because of that, that's where we are. Okay, so I have a chart that I can show you guys. However, I don't think I can like share my screen here. So this video is going to get paused, and then I'm going to bring up a chart screen. Don't worry. So we are on an uptrend here. Okay, you can see this, right? Now we broke up out of this uptrend here and hit this wall at 170.72. Okay, right? From there, we did triple top, and we fell back into this ascending channel. But in reality, right now in the short term, we are in a downtrend. Okay. Now I called up here before we even hit that Walmart was going to see some resistance and there's going to be a major pullback. It was actually around the time that I let everybody know that I was interested in the play. All right. So, and even with that, I said what I thought we were going to pull back to. So right now we are at a key level at 168.27 or 168.20. Which I did suspect some consolidation in that area. If we fall below this area, below this level, with the clear bar below, we are headed to 165.55, and that's before earnings. I'm suspecting that's where we see a major bounce. So from here, and then a bounce up, I think, to new highs, which again I'm suspecting to be around the 199. So let me just double check that. So how I come up with my levels here. $173. So the next point I have for resistance is 173.74, and about roughly around 177.14. So new highs, I mean 200 is a stretch, my bad, but we will see. These are the next two levels of resistance, with a hard resistance here at 177.14 roughly. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. Okay, you do what you want. I'm waiting for this to show some strength before I start to dollar cost average into a call option, because that's what I'm looking for. Now if for some reason this breaks below 165.55, then we're headed down to 160.35. I don't foresee that happening. I not before earnings, so I guess we're gonna find out what's gonna happen. So if you have any questions, hit me up in the DMs or comment on the video. I'm gonna try to do like a consolidated version of this on Instagram, but it's hard to fit all this information in 90 seconds. So, but I will do my best. Again, the stocks for real. Thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for the support. Appreciate you guys. And I hope this helps you, and I hope we can win on this too. Take care.